If it's awful late for my people to be um, watching this live. If anyone is out there, give me a thumbs up on my audio. Um, oh, I may delete this live later because I probably shouldn't be making it. I had a heck of a day. It's a good day. It's probably the most amazing day. Um, Probably the best herping trip I have had in a while. Of course, we haven't been herping because it's been winter and um, didn't get out and do much salamandering this year. And that's kind of what you want to do in the winter in Oklahoma if you like herping, because that's about all you're going to find. Odd sunny day, you may find a turtle or snake, but it's generally not going to be worth the time. Um, but anyway, I figured I would do a live, at least a quick live. And like I said, may delete it later or unlist it later. But went to went to a known rattlesnake den site today with a friend of mine. If you follow my channel, it's probably ringing a bell. I'm not even going to say who it is because I just don't want to get questions. It was his spot he discovered. Talked to him about it. He made his own video on the den site, and it's a good one. Both the short and the full format video. Um, Everything went. I won't say went wrong. Everything kind of got off to a funny start. I traveled across the state to hook up with my bud, who you guys know him, and he had found this awesome place. Decided to drag me along. Cool. And I want to say when he first found it, he found like 13 or 14 Western Diamondback rattlesnakes. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm an Atrox enthusiast. I just like them. I mean, they're common, but I like them. I mean, I also like copperheads. A lot of people think I'm weird because I like copperheads. Um, some snake people will understand, some won't. That's okay. Um, Let me give a quick shout out to Connor's Curiosity. Go check out Connor's Curiosity. That young man has a good channel and it just keeps getting better. Okay? And today he released a fishing video that I thought was pretty good. I enjoyed seeing it. He does a little bit of herping, a little bit of fishing, other nature stuff, kind of miscellaneous. But he's coming along quite well, and I would love to have some people show up over there and say, "Hey, you got a shot out from Roundup Rodeo," you know. So, but anyway, I was kind of so excited about the trip today because I had this really strong feeling it will be good. Sometimes a herping trip, you don't know if it's going to be good. You don't know if it's not going to be good. You just really don't know because variables can change so quickly, especially in a place like Oklahoma. The sun can be out all morning and then a front moves in or something unexpectedly or gets predicted or forecasted while you're traveling to the site. And it can wreck the whole afternoon. It happens. It doesn't, I wouldn't say it happens often, but it does indeed happen. But anyway, the wind in this place is a very, very flat place other than the hills. And it's just the wind was immense at this place. And oddly enough, it was by a wind farm. Big turbines turning and everything. Not trying to get into a debate about the environmental efficacy of wind turbines, because I do know that they do harm some bird life. Um, Green energy will end up having its own set of consequences. I mean, we know this, and we've known this. Um, but anyway, I I don't know. I had trouble sleeping last night. Honestly, I was kind of like just excited. I was like, I was looking forward to this. I was looking forward to hanging with Nate, and I was looking forward to hitting this area. And and it was a good time. It was worth every bit of it. It was about a 2.5 hour drive to get to the spot from where I am, and about a 2.5 hour drive back. Probably a little less because it was late at night, less traffic. Some odd road construction going on in Oklahoma City. A little bizarre, but that's okay. Anyway, um, the this place we went is very exposed hillside, and just the wind was so powerful. The sun was out. I mean, I feel like I got probably a little too much sun. Should have I put sunscreen on my arms and legs and stuff. Should have put some on my face. um, I don't really know how the video is going to turn out, because it was just, the wind was so ferocious that there were moments where I thought I had my camera on and I actually turned it off instead of on. Had a few of those episodes. Nothing went as planned. When I was getting my selfie stick into the area that I was trying to film, couldn't see the screen. So some of the shots that like I hoped would be like just these classic little video clips were actually out of focus now that I'm looking back through some of them. May try and spoof the video up a little just to kind of make it entertaining. And and it was kind of really odd because the wind was so strong. Um, it would blow your hat off your head. And when your hat was on your head like this, people wear their hats backwards. A lot of times you see motorcyclists do this to keep the hat on your head, because if you have the bill up front, it's going to catch wind and it's going to be gone. My glasses blew off several times. My sunglasses blew off a few times. Um, it was just kind of an interesting day. Hard to keep a camera steady. And I should be in bed, but I'm just kind of like still like, I'll say soaking up the day, but I'm just kind of like, I still am going back through just video clips and things, and just really kind of um, just happy and glad that I got to enjoy what I got to enjoy. Definitely some hairy moments. We went to this area where there was a large concentration of rattlesnakes, and it was on a hillside, and to get in close to film any of them or photograph any of them, like you'd have to stand on a rock. It's not like, there was like this, 10-foot piece of flat ground just conveniently sitting there. It's like you have to lean against a tree, stand on a boulder, um, angle things in, and then all the time watch your feet for rattlesnakes, because once again, being the genius I am and preparing as much as I did, I forgot extra battery for the GoPro, which I only film so much with anyway. But I also forgot my snake boots. And when you go to a place with a large concentration of venomous snakes, and they're there, and there's a lot of cover or tall grass, snake boots or gaiters, or at a minimum, those like those cheap muck boots that you can get at Walmart for $20, that are waterproof. offer some level of protection. They're not as good as like real snake boots, which offer a lot more protection because they have like a really, kind of solid sheath in the leggings, or a pair of gaiters. Those are pretty good. But anyway, just even like an oversized pair of muck boots, it's like 9 out of 10. If you get bit by a snake, it's not going to be big enough to go through those boots. At least with the kind of stuff I was dealing with in this area, there are definitely some places where it's like, yeah, you would want full on the best security money could buy snake boots. And anyway, that's neither really not important. It's early spring. The grass hadn't really grown really tall there. There was a lot of like rock cover, and you had to watch your step while approaching the rocks on the hillside and things like that, where we thought the rattlesnakes would be. And turns out they were out. They were there, and that was a that was a good thing because I think we saw 12, maybe more. I don't know. It's kind of odd because we would find some and then we would go back. Hang on one second. And then we would go back and then we would find like two more, and we weren't sure if those were like two that we'd already seen because they were wedged in rocks. It was kind of hard to tell some of that stuff. And definitely was a very enjoyable time to get out, even if we wouldn't have seen much, or not as much as we expected. We just had the weather was kind of like perfect for a lot of reptiles today. And I need to check all the snake groups on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and see what people were finding, because snakes had to be moving today. But excuse me, got my allergies flared up too. Got a lot of dust today, but oh, it's just a beautiful day to be out. Excuse me again. Left my photography camera at home, meant to take it. Left my extra GoPro battery at home, meant to take that. Kind of feel a little distracted right now, but like I said, I may not leave this live up, and I may just see if anyone watches it after the fact. I don't feel like I have anything like really major important to say, but just got so sunburned and so windburned, and saw a lot of things that were really cool, and just got to see a lot of really nice scenic land. I'll say we were in western Oklahoma. I won't really get into any more detail than that, but and the detail may be out there somewhere. If he's got it in his video, his call, his spot, his call. I definitely want you to know that if ever you invite me to your spot for whatever, I will respect, whatever privacy you want. And then it's like, who wants to give out a good spot? It's kind of like a fishing hole. If you have a good one, you don't want people finding out about it. Kind of, on one hand, it's kind of selfish, but on another hand, it's just kind of seems to be the way things work. I am having a gout flare up. A lot of uphill hiking, and there's a couple times I didn't know that if I was going to make it. Literally, it's like, oh, I need to stop, sit down for a second, find a rock. being a little overweight, vertical hillsides while you're facing these like 40, 50 mile an hour wind downdrafts that feel strong enough to knock you over. It just can be a little crazy and a little challenging. But I think it's kind of going to motivate me to keep on my exercise program and things because I used to exercise a lot more, used to do a lot of weights and stuff. Had a couple of injuries that sidelined all that stuff for a while. And I'm getting back into it. And hopefully I can get some weight off so I can just do more hiking and stuff because today was just so awesome. Thank you, Nate Dog. Seriously. You like really put a really bright step at the start of this week for me. And look forward to road cruising down in that area soon. And but we it was kind of a challenging day. It was or I shouldn't say day. It was just kind of getting to the area and getting shots and video of things. A little bit challenging. At one point, like I'd propped my iPhone up on a selfie stick and like against a tree. I was kind of using a tree to brace it, and I was trying to like get a shot, and the wind was like just so crazy that I took my hand off my selfie stick for a second, or just held it very loosely for a second. And I didn't realize this until later, but like because you're watching your surroundings, because it was just we were in tight with a lot of stuff. But it's like my phone had flipped upside down in the middle of the shot, and it was a great shot. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get creative to kind of salvage it, maybe split it into two parts and flip it back and blend it together. I don't know. Does anything ever go wrong for you guys, man? There was so much that went right today. A couple things went wrong, but it's like no big deal. Got to herp with my bud Nate. Um, Check out his channel, Snakes on the Plains. I'll go ahead and drop it because, after all, most people, anyone who's going to follow me or even watch this slate or even go back and catch this, they're going to know I hang with Nate. The guy was amazing. He flipped a lot of rocks. I flipped a few, not many. I kind of didn't feel it. Like it kind of like, we both kind of thought it would have been a better day for flipping rocks, but it just really didn't have it. We did find something besides the species that we expected to encounter, and that's going to get tied into the video. Some other scenic stuff is going to get tied into the video. I don't know. I may look at putting some like music to this video, just because this is kind of going to be one of those videos that's like going to be a lot of wind noise. If I filter out the wind noise, I'm going to filter out some key audio moments. Don't know that I want to do that. And also, I do pride myself on trying to keep my channel family friendly. There were one or two moments where it's like, oh my gosh, someone said a bad word or something, just because it was just, you'll understand when you see the video. Craig, glad you're here. Been trying to catch your lives as much as I can. I keep doing lives because I'm, even though I've got like hours and I'm monetized on this channel, I just want to keep the uploads going, and I'm kind of like running behind in my production schedule, and really kind of I'm just okay with that because for one, I've enjoyed watching you work your tanks, and I've enjoyed just sometimes sitting there for an hour and watching your tanks even when you're not working them. That's not bad stuff, dude. Not bad at all. As someone who has an aquatics background, I can appreciate that. But but it's just like, one moment you're like in this perilous position today, and like you're standing on a rock. And it's like you're trying to figure out how to brace yourself to get on this other rock. So you step on this other rock, and then you realize, you're there's another rock shelf above it, and you think, I didn't really check for snakes underneath that rock before I just moved my fairly exposed New Balance foot over there. A few moments got a little hairy, but it was kind of exciting too. Um, People will all over the world will say rattlesnakes are dangerous, and they definitely can be if you get too close to them. But today was kind of an example of we got pretty close to some and didn't bother them that much. One was just out basking and sleeping, and we were kind of trying to figure out, is it just like staying still to be camouflaged, or is it, just like zoned out or sleep, cashed out in the sun? Perfect little area for them, too. They had their rock outcroppings and stuff in little basking areas, but there's also like trees and brush and thorns and stuff around them that gives them a layer of protection. This is some good times. Oh yeah, snakes are smart. I think I had this conversation with Autumn from Hissy Fit Snake Rescue earlier about coach whip snakes. Some people say I'm anthropomorphizing or whatever that word is, attributing a human characteristic to an animal. I do think that coach whips are pretty intelligent snakes, probably on the higher end of the spectrum. They just my experience interacting with them, it seems like they kind of know you're not going to hurt them. Now, once again, they're still going to run from you, still going to try and flee you because you're a potential predator. You could hurt them, and if they get it wrong, they're dead. But we were looking for coach whips today. Sadly, we did not see those. But a lot of times I picked up a lot of Eastern coach whips and never had them bite me, and that's kind of rare because almost any snake you pick it up, it's going to bite you just as a defense mechanism because it wants you to let it go. It, a lot of times they don't know if you're going to carry them off and eat them, or if you're going to kill them or whatnot, whatever. But it was just an all around good day, and I kind of just I knew that like I would have like low engagement and going live at like 3:30 in the morning, but at least I'll kind of have a record of this day, um, or at least a note of what I looked like and felt like afterwards. I've had my leg propped up since I got home. We I kind of stepped wrong on my ankle a couple of times, and it's not good for me to do that because, like I said, I do have arthritis. But anyway, not to whine because it was like looking back, it was totally worth it. And if Nate wanted to go out there again next week, I think I'd make the drive. Literally, I think I'd make the drive. Hey Craig, brown snakes. Are you in North America? Because like brown snakes here are these small little non-venomous garden type snakes that eat earthworms and slugs. They're not even big enough to eat rodents. Now, if you're in Australia, which I'm thinking you might be, Australia, bam. Okay, brown snakes, totally different story down there. I want to say the brown snake in Australia is one of the most toxic in the world. I enjoy snakes. Some people in the past have, said, well, you're a snake expert. Well, I don't like that. Who wants to be an expert? Why? I mean, also, I know so many people who know so much more than I do about snakes in general. They are fat. I mean, the amount of knowledge some people can have is fascinating. And yeah, that's right. I don't understand that statement. Okay. Um, you don't have the time to do your lives, Craig? I may be reading that wrong. I am a little bit cr- crazy, sunbaked, windburnt, all of the above. Um, Man, it's just all around good day. When I can kind of see my favorite species and see several of them, large concentration, it's going to be good. Okay, gotcha. Keep snakes. I like to, I keep a few myself. Um, I went back and forth. I used to keep a ton of reptiles. What kind did you have, Craig? If you don't mind me asking. I used to keep a ton of reptiles, lizards, turtles, tortoises. I still have a handful of turtles, um, and I have a few snakes, olive pythons. Man, those are pretty cool. I like those Australian and New Guinea pythons. I like reticulateds and Burmese as well. They just get so huge. I really like the Bolian's python. I think they're native to New Zealand, which isn't far from you. I like the olives, the carpets. It's awesome animals and fun to interact with. But but anyway, yeah, they do, especially if you feed them healthy. I once I kind of My philosophy has been a little different than a lot of people's. If a snake is a good feeder, depending on the species and its requirements and what some people will say, I would take something like when I was keeping like a lot of reptiles, I would take something like a Colombian rainbow boa. I might feed it every week because it just seemed to help them be calmer. But like I would take like a berm and like feed it like a good sized rat every other week or something, so they just don't bulk up as quick. Um, some people say that that's not the way to do things, but I'm sitting there going, like if the animal was in the wild, it may eat 2 or 3 times in one week and then not eat for 2 months after that. Snakes they eat when the prey is available, and they can go, and usually most snakes, if they are healthy, can go long periods of time without eating. You know this. I have kept a couple of different rattlesnakes that um, I had for like a year, over a year, before they actually ate. Don't understand what it was. Right on, Craig. That's the point I was trying to make. In the wild, like if you guys get heavy rains, a lot of rodents are abundant and stuff, and move to higher areas. You know, I think we found out that like some things like in North America, like bull snakes and rat snakes, like if they find a mouse nest, they might clean out every single mouse in that nest. Mom, dad, all the little ones. And it was kind of thought for a while that they didn't do stuff like that among some people. But today was just an all around great day to be in the great outdoors, be with one of the best people on the planet. I'm not going to lie. Nate's just all around good dude. I really urge you. I've shouted him out so much lately. I kind of don't want to talk about him like every live. Not that he's not a great guy, he is, but it's kind of like you can promote the same channel week after week. People just it can be a tune out factor. But literally, you should follow his stuff. And on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. He may even have a TikTok. I don't know. And if you get a chance to get to know the guy, it's worth it. Definitely a busy man. He's got a lot going on. He's a parent. He's a husband. He's high level guy at his job. And he's just a good dude. He's just one of those people that is like, oh, I'm glad you showed up. You're always welcome at my party, kind of thing. But anyway, it was just a good day, and I just kind of wanted to make a short record of it. That like this is today. This is March 20, or today when we went out was March 20th. Fun and all the hiking, and I kind of like my body's tired, but my mind's still racing. And it's I've been having some problems with sleeping lately, and I need to do more research on that. I need to focus a little better than what I've been doing. I kind of like set a goal to do something, and I kind of am like, okay, and squirrel, another squirrel. Not the best habit to have. But life's been a little chaotic recently. I kind of think everybody all across the world's feeling that. Just a lot of uncertainty, gas prices going up and things, and people are kind of like, what's going to happen next? Right on, Craig. Craig, you follow Jack and Dan, don't you? I'm doing a playlist roll for them because they've always been good supporters of my channel. If you're not subbed to them, I would definitely sub to Jack and Dan. And I'm kind of working on a way to do some more aquatics type video because I love aquatics videos. Granted, I'm not going to go to Florida and go scuba diving and do that in the field, but like go to zoos, aquariums, wherever, shoot footage. Jack and Dan. Jack and Dan out of Ohio. If you look up in YouTube Jack and Dan and then Ohio Fish Rescue, you'll definitely clue into who I'm talking about. Little logo is a green JD. Their aquatics videos are pretty fun. They keep them that way. And they're pretty good to have as supporters and fans. And they're just good people. I was, like I said, I was working on a playlist roll. Even though we might not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, we're all doing it anyway. I was thinking you probably would be because kind of like with most snake channels or most reptile channels, a lot of the YouTubers kind of like know each other and kind of they know who they are. And I think it'd probably be the same in the aquatics world. But anyway, it was just a pretty amazing day. Kind of feel blessed and lucky to have been invited to go out. And definitely looking forward to road cruising some of those areas we were in today. Just haven't got out west as much as I'd like to the last year. And I've still got video from herping trips last year that I haven't produced. I'm working on getting my secondary computer repaired. Right now, that would really come in handy because I got so much stuff to edit and post and things like that. And that, like, I really need my second computer up here. Mark, if you're watching, I didn't get the printer connected to the computer tonight, or the wireless aspect of it. It's kind of throwing me for a loop on that, but I'll dig it up tomorrow. And Mark, if you're watching, which you may be because it's late, and I know you may not be able to comment, that's fine. Try and hit me up tomorrow, man, because we need to catch up on some things. But anyway, I did not expect a large crowd tonight. Sometimes that's nice because fewer people equals fewer bots. It seems like when you take off with a live and you got 20 people or more, the bots just run together. Mark is a good bloke. Oh, okay, no, this is a different. This is a different Mark. You're thinking of Snake Mark, and he is an amazing fellow. I've really enjoyed. I just found his channel recently. He's very passionate about some same issues I'm really passionate about, and and I actually am looking forward to maybe hopefully putting our heads together on some stuff in the near future. The guy definitely wants to educate people about snakes, and he has a good channel. And even though like it's mostly captive stuff, like what he does, and normally I follow field herping channels, he still puts out some good videos. I like seeing his animals. He takes good care of them. He seems like he has like a premium um, on excuse me, sorry, again, allergies. But he seems like he puts a premium on caring for the animals. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. It's been a little over 30 minutes, probably 15 too long. But and if you see this live later after tonight, and please leave me a comment and just let me know that you saw it, because like I said, I'm not really needing hours here, but I kind of want to keep the momentum going. And it's just been so long since I've produced really, I don't say really good, but like new original type video that I'm looking forward to doing a lot this spring. Um, but anyway, gang, hang in there. Man, click the thumbs up. I've got 3 people watching. I have 1 thumbs up, and I've got 1 person in chat. Craig, buddy, means the world to me that you stopped by and chatted for a bit. I'm watching your stuff, man. I may not be commenting on everything, but I'm generally, if I'm not watching it all, I'm playing a lot of it. Guarantee you that, Craig. Um, my philosophy is support those who support you. But anyway, Craig, you have a good night. Oh, you just got home, Catbird? Don't worry about it, Catbird. I mean, catch it if you can. If not, nothing. Do be keeping an eye out, Catbird, for my video that's going to be similar to Snakes on the Plains, the recent, Dinsight video. I'm going to be putting out one before long. It's going to be a little similar. I think his is going to be better, but we're all our own worst critic. He thinks mine's probably going to be better because very humble man. I was hoping Pemberton boys would catch up and show up and join us. Sadly, they did not get to. Pemberton Boys, another channel worth checking out. Gosh, okay. Yeah, no, that's right, Catbird. I know where you're at, but for some reason it just slips me. I think you're like an hour behind, and that you're actually like 2 hours behind, if I remember correctly. So, hopefully you got a lot done today, Catbird. I was just talking about like I got too much sun. No, I know what you were doing today, Catbird. Ugh. Like I said, sometimes when you have the gut instinct that maybe you shouldn't do a live, maybe you shouldn't do a live. But either way, I've got a record of what was one of the better herping trips I've had in 2 years, literally. Catbird, I almost would try to put you on a plane and fly you down here at this time of the year. If I could line up the weather, I'd almost see if I could do that, because it just was pretty cool. I'll say that it was pretty cool. And I know you'll see the video when it comes out. But guys, whether you're watching it now or if you watch it later, if you support my channel, thank you. Please at least leave me a comment. Let me know you were here. Once again, I had a guy comment on a short of mine today. I hadn't seen this guy's name in 6 months. And so I kind of lost track of his channel, because it's like that's kind of how people stay on my radar. I tried to do a lot to support new creators, up and coming people, and people that are fighting for hours. So let me know. Leave me a comment. Guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I think I'm going to try and get myself in the mood to go to bed. Have a good evening. Catbird, always good to see you. Craig Donaher. Craig's Catfish Cave. Good channel. Good stuff going on over there. Stop by and help him get some hours, man. Roll some of his stuff. Roll some of his playlists. And Craig, you showing up in my lives, believe me. I've rolled some of yours already. I'll get to some more. And you know I'll be catching your videos. But gang, take care. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Believe me, I know to take 20, 30 minutes out of your day to watch someone's video is it's not easy to ask of a lot of people. I'll say that. You know, because like, how many of us just have that kind of spare time? It's rare. But hang in there, keep the faith, fight the good fight, be nice to your neighbor, or be ugly to your neighbor. I never like. Depends on the neighbor. But thank you to our three. There might be one more watching that is not talking, which is okay. Gosh, I have comments turned off on this. I'll turn comments on after I save this live. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm beat. I'm sunburned. I'm windburnt. And it was a most awesome day. Can't wait to slap this video together. Guys, you take it easy.